Hello everyone. Today class number 38. Class number 38 for your subject EMFT. Okay. Right. Displacement current. Today's third topic is displacement current. Displacement current. Okay. Right. According to Ampere's circuital law, we have curl of H equals to what? J vector, right? So taking the divergence, if we taking the divergence of it, then what happens? Divergence of curl of H equals to divergence of J, which will be equals to 0, because divergence of curl results 0. Because divergence of curl, since, right, divergence of curl results 0. Okay, so that means divergence of curl equals to 0. Okay, so therefore, however, according to the continuity equation, divergence of J not equals to 0. So it is an experimental observation. Okay, it is an experimental observation. So according to the continuity equation, which is an experimental observation of the current, we have divergence of J not equals to 0, and which will be equals to what? Which will be equals to minus del rho by del T. Okay, rho is nothing but your current density. This J is rho is nothing but your current density with respect of time. Okay, so therefore, Ampere's law is not applicable for time varying field. Therefore, the Ampere's circuital law cannot be applicable for time varying field, as the divergence of this will be 0, but according to the practical system it never be 0. Okay, that means this Ampere's circuital law which cannot be applicable for time varying field directly. Okay, so we have to modify it. We have to modify the Ampere's circuital law. So we will have to modify the Ampere's circuital law. Okay, so what will be the modified Ampere's circuital law? So now we have to add, right? We have to add an extra vector in equation 1. We have to add an extra vector with equation 1 in the right hand side of it. So we are adding G vector equals to unknown vector, okay, which should be added to it to become or to satisfy the Ampere's circuital law in case of your time varying field system. Okay, so now we are taking the divergence. Okay, so divergence of J plus divergence of G, right? So now we know this will be 0. So 0 equals to divergence of J equals to divergence of G, plus divergence of G. Okay, so divergence of G equals to minus divergence of J. Okay, so what will be J? Divergence of J is nothing but this one. So minus of minus, so that will be plus del rho by del T. Okay, del rho by del T. So divergence of G equals to del T of what is rho? Rho is nothing but your divergence of D, right? From the Maxwell's first equation, rho equals to divergence of D. Okay, it is a Maxwell's first equation. So G equals to this one, and so now if we put this divergence will coming outside and derivative will coming inside. That is, so if we consider this is a property of del operator. This is the property of del operator. That means we can replace the sequence of the operation. That means divergence of G equals to what? Divergence will coming outside and it will be del D del T. Okay, it will be del D del T. Okay, so that means what? So apply, it is suppose equation 2. Now, so make it equation 2 over here, and it will be equation 3. So right, from equation 2 and 3 we can write that. or make the equation 2 this one. Okay, making the equation 2 this one. So you can write equation 2 and 3. We have divergence of curl of H, which will be equals to divergence of J plus divergence of del D by del T, right? So by taking the common divergence from right hand side and cancel out from the both side, we have curl of H equals to J plus del D del T. Okay, this equation. Okay, so previously it was only J, right? Applying the now if we apply the Ampere's circular law forcefully, then it will result this one. Okay, and the modification of it, in case of your time varying system, an extra term will be added to it to satisfy the Ampere's circular law. Okay, so write down, we know have a second one of the Maxwell's equation. So this is the modified Maxwell's equation, modified, also called modified Maxwell's equation. Maxwell's how much? Fourth equation, Maxwell's fourth equation. Okay, or modified Ampere's circular law, modified Ampere's circular law. Okay, modified Ampere's circular law. Then write the additional term, right? The additional term del D vector by del T has the dimensions of current density, has the dimensions of the current density, as because J will added to it, so obviously this dimension having the same dimension of this J vector. Okay, so additional term, this one will have the dimension of current density ampere per square meter. That means ampere per square meter. So del D del T in ampere per meter square. Okay. Since it results from a time varying electric flux density, so since it results time varying electric flux density, the Maxwell termed it a displacement current. The Maxwell termed it as a displacement current. Okay. Somewhere we can written in the form of del D del T equals to JD vector. Okay, so JD is called displacement current. In ampere per meter square. Okay, so therefore curl of H, which will be equals to J vector plus JD vector. Okay, J vector plus JD vector. Then write the total displacement current. Thus the total displacement current, so if we can compute the JD now, the total displacement current will be equals to integration of del D del T. Okay, the total current will be, or you can write ID. Okay, so displacement current can be written, and total displacement current is written in total displacement current in written in ID. Del D, integration of del D del T, and taking it in surface. Okay, taking it is in surface. So this is your displacement current definition. Okay, displacement current is definition, and previously it was, so the unit will be ampere now. The unit will be ampere now. Okay. So if we integrate, surface integration of it, curl of H over ds will be equals to surface integration of J dot ds plus surface integration of JD dot ds, right? So it will result only current I, it will result displacement current I, and it will results your suppose we are taking, it is in first case it will be same of the previous line. Now we will apply the Stokes theorem. If we apply the Stokes theorem here, then it will be close the integration of curl of H over a line integration, that is dl I plus it. Okay, so this is this one or this one or this one. Okay, or you can say you can take a previous line, that is curl of H equals to J plus JD. Okay, any one of these four lines can be taken as modified form of Ampere's circuital law. Any one of these four lines can be taken as modified circuital law. Actually, this is your ultimate equation. So after it, we are taking the surface integration from both sides, and it will result total current I, actual current I, and it will result the displacement current I. Okay, by adding these two current, we are finding the total current. Okay, so this is the normal current and this is the displacement current. Okay, now we will apply the Stokes theorem over this left hand side of this equation. It will result the close the integration of this dl, in which the ds surface will be inscribed, and the results will be close the integration of curl of H over dl equals to I plus id. Okay, so this is your displacement current concept. Okay, so today's last topic, that means the last topic of this module also, is your Maxwell's short note on Maxwell's equation. Right, the short note on Maxwell's equation. Okay, right. So putting some heading first. Topic number 4. Okay, right. The result of combination of Faraday law. What are the laws? See, first one is Faraday law. Ampere's circuital law. Gauss's law. In electrostatic, Gauss's law. In magnetostatic, okay, are referred to Maxwell's equation. So these four equations or these four laws are refers to the Maxwell's equation. Okay, so a complete form of a Maxwell's equation can be written in a chart wise This is called integral form. This is called point form or differential form. Okay, so first one, closed line integration E dot dl equals to minus ddt of the surface integration of B dot ds. Okay, this is your first equation, and the point form will be curl of E. Actually it is second equation. Okay, I am writing in first. Okay, so minus del B del T, and second one, close the integration of H dot dl equals to surface integration of J dot ds plus ddt of surface integration of D dot ds. Okay, and here curl of H equals to J plus JD. Okay, so this is your second Maxwell's equation. It is a fourth Maxwell's equation. Okay, now I am writing the first and third. Okay, D dot ds equals to volume integration of rho v dv, or you can write rho also. Okay, whatever you can wish, you can write it, no problem. So this will be divergence of D will be equals to rho, or you can write rho v also. Okay, and this is your first law, and your third one will coming here, closed surface closed surface integration of B dot ds, which will be equals to 0, and here divergence of B, which will be equals to 0. Okay, so and making another column comment, okay. Okay, right here, first one, Faraday laws of electromagnetic induction. Faraday's law of electromagnetic induction. And here it is modified Ampere circuital law. And next one, Gauss's law of electrostatic field. And last one, Gauss's law of magnetostatic field. Okay, so that means Faraday law is in your second equation, Ampere circuital law or modified Ampere circuital law from the fourth equation, and the Gauss's law in electrostatics will be the first equation, and Gauss's law of magnetostatics will be the third equation. Okay, so however these equations are applicable only where the dimensions are large compared to atomic dimension. So however these equations are applicable only where the dimensions are large compared to atomic dimensions. So for atomic dimensions cannot be applicable the Maxwell's equation. Okay, so large compared to atomic dimensions, only where the Maxwell's equation can be used. Okay, so today's topic up to this much, and it will be the completion of your of this module, that is the magneto time varying field. And now I will move into your next module, that is the transmission wave propagation, and last one is your transmission line. Actually transmission line and wave propagations are is a complete module, but in case of but for your syllabus this module is segregated into two small modules. Okay, so I have to perform the classes by this according to this syllabus. So the next module will be only wave propagation, and the last module will be transmission line. Okay, so next module, wait for next module, and I will start from the next day. Okay, so today's class up to this much. Thank you.